Oh dear lord, it's episode 1 Racer. Yep, Blorks, the boy who hasn't been posting on this channel a bit, for good reason I have to admit, he sent me this game as a lark, a nostalgia trip as it were. It's been 20 years, but I have not forgotten. In 1999, LucasArts put out episode 1 Racer, a fantastic game. I actually, and unfortunately I lost it over the 20 years, between then and now, I had the Prima strategy guide for it, which was, I suppose, a magazine. Looks kind of like a hard copy magazine that I guess listed what Prima thought was all the appropriate strategies for this game. It would be nice to look back at that, but I can't. But I can play episode 1 Racer. So, it's strange sitting here looking at it. I ran a single test race just to see if the game was working. I did the first Tatooine mission on free play. But the idea for this series is I'm just going to run single player tournament, do the entire game. I'll cut it up into episodes. Should be fun. Single player tournament. Looks like we got a create a racer already. Fang it is. Nah. Star Fang. That's appropriate. Alrighty. This is images of childhood. The cantina. The pit droid. I think Gasgano comes up next. Nope. Right, so now we gotta pick our car. Our car. Our pod racer. It's not a car. What, no stats for Ebby Endicott? Apparently not. Got Anakin, Ebby Endicott, Dudbolt, Gasgano, Elon Mack. Odie Mandrell. He's the guy who gets a pit droid sucked into his engine, if I remember correctly, from the movie. I'm thinking we play Anakin. To start, I think I'm going to commit myself to the idea that... Oh yeah, we can get vehicle upgrades and all that. I take it we need... Oh, cool. Very cool, Kanye. Yeah. Yeah, looks like we need money for this, would be my assumption. Buy parts.
Welcome to Watto's shop.
Welcome to Otto's
Take a look
shop.
around.
Take a look
I got
around.
everything you need.
Oh yeah, and then the junkyard was like, do you want some cheap shit? The answer is yes, but again, I need money
They
for
come
it.
here. They
Pit
look
droids.
around.
Make faster repairs to your damaged upgraded parts. Cool. Well, all of that will have to come when we get some money. Alrighty. And they had intro videos. Alrighty. So in case you're wondering, in this game, and this is based off what I remember from 20 years ago, Tatooine has two races. It has this, the training one, the first mission of the first circuit, and it has the Boonta Eve Classic, which is the last race of the last tournament, not counting the Experimental Cup, which is 4 races. Holy Christ, is it loud. I'm going to try to do something about this when the race starts. Alright. I think I will just fix this in post. So I can tell you right now it's loud as hell in my ears, but I'll fix that. Yo! Yo, my man! My man, my Anakin man! This is not really what I was hoping for. I'd like to race looking forward. You know, this is the sort of thing that you want to fix, so I'll catch you right after I fix it. Okay, I think I fixed it. I understand now. I know what I have to do. Excellent, he's done it. Alrighty, Boonta Eve. Well, not Boonta Eve, the training one. The one that's not Boonta Eve. Christ, is that loud in my ear. That's fine, though. That's fine. So, Podracer, what can you say about this game? Well, it appears to be holding up pretty flippin' well. Now, one thing I don't understand is how to turn off the bloody boost when I've started it. Anyway, yeah, so, I guess explaining the basic mechanics of the game. So, you take damage when you run into things, and you can repair it with a repair hotkey. You can tilt the nose forward, and that'll put you into boost mode. That doesn't actually increase your speed any, so as you can see here, I pull back, I'm not on boost. Ooh, go up on my side. So that is me switching the camera, which I believe, ow, 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 repeated ows. There we go, we're back. Anyway, yes, so joystick forward puts you into the mode where you can boost, you can activate boost. If you haul back, it slows you down quite a bit, and the air brakes will eventually open. Anyway, and then you just turn left and right. There's a button for going up on your side, which is highly amusing, although not particularly effective. In terms of how the tournament works, or in terms of what I've read so far, place first, second, third, fourth, you get to go into the next race. You amass some money for winning, and I think I'm just going to run this one straight to the end. Experiment with the camera a little bit. Yeah. I understand now. I actually alt-tabbed, that's why it was so messed up. It's going to be off camera, but I spent a good 20 minutes figuring out what the hell I've done wrong. Anyway, so in terms of old Star Wars games, I own a couple of them, and invariably they hold up. That is my experience anyway. Oh, Lord! Well, that's it. Anakin's dead. Series is over. That's a joke. I'm not redoing this. Sunk 30 minutes into making it work. I'm not doing that again. Whee! Yeah, I don't know how to come off of boost when it's done. But that's okay, I suppose. There's not really any downside to boosting until the engine light's on fire. So, old Star Wars games. I own a couple, I can pick up a few more. The question I'm going to ask the audience here is old Star Wars games the sort of game that could go on this channel? Because I enjoy it, personally. I'm willing to go back and play a whole bunch of them, at least the ones that run. Previously, I tried to play X-Wing Alliance, which is a space combat game. Very fun. It's kind of like the X-Wing TIE Fighter series, taken to its logical conclusion, with, you know, the most ships, the best mechanics, graphics that aren't so bad. Anyway, the point is, I tried to play it about 6 months ago, put it on the channel, just won't run on Windows 10. Even with the patches that apparently make it run on Windows 10, just wasn't happening. So I had to abandon that idea, but other Star Wars games I'm willing to give a try. Oh, hell yeah. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it's first. It's the first race. Notwithstanding the explosion there. That went pretty well. Oh. 1,200 Truggets. Sebulba, Bull's Roar, Slide Paramita, Mahonic, Clegg Holdfast, Nevaki. He's the cheeky bugger who doesn't actually have a pod racer, which we'll see later. Bozzy Baranta, Ebby Endicott, Mars Guo, Arc Bumpy Roos, Toy Dampener. Excellent. So before we go to Mongaza Speedway, which, again, casting my mind back 20 years, I remember is the fastest race in the game. It's very, very short, so let's start that. Yeah, I can go back, play a bunch of old Star Wars games for the channel. I'd very much like to do that. So, I would like to hear some opinion, though. Again, if there's no desire to see it, I'm not going to do it, because, you know, I'll just do that in my spare time. Alrighty.
Yes, not to mention all that dust. I see that our host, the guild boss himself, the infamous Roxuga, is about to signal the start of the race.
Cool. I'm going to let those cutscenes play every time they show up, because they're kind of fun. Well, alrighty. Time to beat his ass. I like the far vision. It gives you more space to see what's going on. Yeah, this one's flipping fast. Oh boy. Oh no. Hey, that's a way to come out of boost, if you just ram yourself into a wall. What is this, final stretch? Yeah, we can boost on this. Go wide into the turn, cut hard in. There we go. We've just lapped. Looks like Ben Quadraneros with the 4 engines. Who's this up ahead? Ow. I don't know, looks like Arc Bumpy Roos or something. Oh, there we go. Take us off boost. Go into boost again. Let's catch him. Oh, I didn't get a good look at that guy. Don't you oh no me, Anakin. Just put out the engine fire. There he is again. It's that one guy. That one guy, you know? The one you get for doing one of those experimental races. No problem, no problem. We've won it. No problem. Cross the finish line, one engine. Anakin's fine. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, that's a really fast race. I forgot how fast it was. Oh yes, and this is us getting a new pod to race with. So we've got the wheelie boy who gets chewed up on the Canyon Dune turn in episode 1. Team Toe Pagales. I forgot about Fudd saying. Look at his stupid face. My god. Oh, that's worth seeing. Okay, so Beto's Wild Ride. I remember this one. I think Beto's Wild Ride. What's after that? I guess we can't see. I'll do this one in Anakin's pod as well. I said I would cycle through the pods until I got one I really, really liked, and I intend to do that. We'll go with Anakin for now. Thank you, 10 Abu Donba, for hosting this excellent race. The Hitman. Alrighty, so I'll tell you straight up right now, I remember some secrets on this race, and I'm going to run them on the second lap because that's when they open up. I could have taken that path actually, that would have been interesting. I'll try to take it on the second one. Woo! Obviously got to do the style points. Again, missed that upper section. Hey man, you don't play a game in 20 years, you forget a thing or two. But really, I'm just happy to be playing it again. Alrighty, I think we're coming out on the plains about now. Yeah, all that ice. You can do like mini boosts because it pops you out a boost every time. There's not a lot of traction on the ice. Some traction here though. I should really figure out how to bring yourself out of boost without blowing up your engine. But it doesn't slow you down all that much. And it's certainly worth boosting. Oh, I'll tell you one thing, I know there's a path up here. It slows you down to get to it though. Alrighty, let's go. Whoop! I don't know when this path intersects the one that you normally go down, if you're not being a cheatsy doodle. Can't remember, so I'm not boosting through the top. I'm going through the tent. Perfect. It's icy, evidently. Watch your traction. Oh, Lord! Alright, well, Anakin's dead again. Okay, so it puts you up here and you go onto the upper path. You can get onto this little upper path by going the normal route as well if you choose. Whee! Let's take a nudge, a tactical nudge, bring us out a boost. This is not a speed run. Although I suppose, really, if I played this a bit, I could try to do a speed run. Join a, oh Jesus, speed run category, any percent. Episode 1 racer. That sounds fun. I would watch that. Oh, these flags. I forgot you could knock them over. Don't you oh no me, Anakin. There's a taunt button. Yeah. There we go. There's the taunt button. So the intelligent way of getting up here is using the boost. Cool, cool, cool. Nobody likes being on fire. Alrighty. Now I'll try not to mess this up, because this is the classic, you know, 7-year-old Sen. Yeah, there we go. Your 7-year-old self thinks that's extremely cool. That's just a basic truth about that. It's working! Hey, cool. Hey, cool. We made it, was what I was going to say. Oh, yeah! Yeah, the ice cave. There's a lot of ways to access the secret paths here. Whee! Obviously have to boost over the bridge. And we'll take ourselves tactically out. Oh, never mind! We're still in boost. I was wondering why that turn wasn't working. Okay, we're gonna take the jump. So this little ledge here? Yeah. Let's go. If you take that ledge correctly, you'll make it. If you don't, you'll explode. 20-year-old knowledge. Man, I was very young when this came out. Well, I say very young. I was 7, I guess. Yeah, that checks out. 1999. One hell of a year. I think I was really the perfect age for the prequels. Because I was 7 when the first one came out. And then I guess I was 2002. So I was 10, and then I was 13 for episode 3. And at those ages, I think you're at prime excitement. So you could really get into what was, frankly, often very poor writing. But I go back and look at them, and they're fine. Like, well, with the exception of all the romance scenes, they're fine, the prequels. They're great movies. I enjoy them immensely. Alrighty. Cool. New pod racer. It's the blue boy. The blue 4-engined boy. I think I might go with that one, actually. Unless there's a good reason not to. Thanks, Watto. Fud sang. Fud sang. And Elan Mac. Oh my god. Oh, the water world. Okay. We're gonna go back and have a look at the racers. We got Team Toe Pegales. Aladar Vito. Oh, his racer's not good, man. Ebby Endicott. Dud Bolt. Gazgano. Ilan Mac. Odie Mantrell. I'm gonna go with Gazgano, and that is purely for the sake of Blorks. Because when he was a wee lad, a very wee lad, he loved Gazgano. That was his jam. I hope that was his jam. That I'm remembering correctly. Alrighty. Give me the exposition.
It's a gorgeous evening here on the ocean world Aqualaris.
The perfect setting for one of the most scenic pod races in the galaxy. Your host, the lovely and gracious governess, the Nave Vengaris.
Ah yes, Nave Vengaris. I remember you now. Alrighty. Clegg, hold fast. Alrighty, Clegg. I'm coming for you. I don't know if you'd noticed, I certainly had, that the symbol for 3 in this game, in the countdown, looks eerily like a Monster Energy drink logo. Oh, Jesus. Oh, she don't turn so well. I was spoiled using Anakin's racer. Oh. Oh, I already like this one. Oh, side path. Always gotta take the side path. Well, he seems to be plenty fast. Right. It's on tracks 2 and 3, or rather laps 2 and 3, that those doors open and close. I remember now. Give me the boost. There's a lot of open stretches on this. Oh, Gasgano. My boy. My boy Gasgano. Or Blorks' boy. When we get to one of the ones that I favorited all, I'll mention it. What my 7-year-old self thought was really cool in a pod racer. I guess I hadn't heated down that much. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. My thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. He doesn't turn very well, but he's plenty big.
It's a new lap record.
Oh, maybe I need to back off the engine a bit more. Because it's not actually cooling down any. On the one hand, screw that, and on the other hand, screw that, I guess. Wee-haw! Wee-haw indeed. Well, now that we've got a pretty good understanding of what this track looks like, I should address the fact that I haven't been posting a lot. And I'll address actually a bunch of matters with regards to posting. So first of all, I was doing an Ottoman Hearts of Iron 4 run. I should tell you what happened to it. So there was a major Hearts of Iron upgrade, or update rather. It was, I believe, Hydra is what the patch was called. Broke the save file. So that's unfortunate, and I couldn't continue with that one. I wanted to address in a video, but I wasn't gonna make like a 1 minute, oh, I broke my save file video, because that's like, I don't know, we're baking you a pie. Hey, pie's broken, see ya. I don't know how you break a pie. Anyway, what I wanted to do was, oh shit, I'm such an idiot. What I wanted to do was post something new and say, oh, by the way, that's why it broke. So, Hearts of Iron 4, that Turk run, over. Death by update. That's playing Paradox games. Save files are a tenuous thing. Anyway, so that's what happened to that playthrough. As to why I haven't been posting a lot, I mean, to a certain degree, it's laziness. I'm willing to admit that. The other reason is that I'm in the middle of a semester that is pretty intense, actually. I'm doing a bunch of upper division history courses. Well, I'm doing exclusively upper division history courses. And they're pretty fun, man. They're pretty cool. But that also means they're very reading intensive and writing intensive. And in the last couple of weeks, I've written 3 papers and given a presentation. And next week, I give another presentation. So it's a busy time. I'm enjoying myself, except for the extreme stress from time to time. Like, I guess it was about 4 or 5 days ago, I had 2 papers due within 3 days, and one was half finished and one was not started. And I was very scared because history papers, you can't bullshit history papers. You can crash Kazgano, he respawns, that's no problem at all. He seemed pretty happy about that, actually. Anyway, so it was a very stressful time, but that's backing off a little bit. I got some breathing room. I thought I'd do some recording, and it's a long weekend because Monday is Canada Day. That's a holiday. Anyway, let's see if I can not mess up this corner for the first time in the race. He's actually done it. Oh, one more. I guess I'm scraping the ground a bit with the big engines, but that's always going to happen. Boost across the finish. Best lap with the first lap. That doesn't tell you much good about my performance there. It doesn't tell you anything. But we did get a new pod. Oh yes, it's this thing. That's kind of an interesting seating arrangement, I have to say. It's like the blast me with the exhaust seating arrangement. Gasgano, Starfang. Anakin came third. Alrighty. Rats, Terrell. There's one I haven't remarked on. Cool. Fudd saying needs to step up his performance. The Malastair 100. This is Dud Fudd's, whatever his bloody name is. Dudbolt, there we go. I do remember this one. And I think I'll do this one and then consider upgrading a pod. No, I won't. The reason I won't is because I want to get one of my favorites first. And I think that happens in the last race of this circuit. I think that's Mars Guo you can unlock. That's terrifying. Yeah, okay, that's not a very good look.
The current record holder for this tap is Dud Bolt.
Dud Bolt. Well, Mr. Dud, you and I are gonna have a word. Watch your head, Dud. Oh, he dodged me. This race, I believe, is the one with the massive chasm. There must be at least 2 races on this planet, though, if I remember correctly. Alrighty. Yeah, we got the methane lake. Oh, that's a death. Yep. I should really figure out how to come out of boost. I did look in the options and it wasn't clear. It wasn't just press the boost again. I have tried that. It wasn't brake. I've tried that. Yeah, buddy! Taking damage brings you out, so that's a good way of doing that. I think we're coming up to the big old jump now. Yeah. Yeehaw! Yeehaw indeed. Oh! Well, okay. I don't think I'm mentally equipped to deal with Gasgano. He's too much of a mad lad. He's also not very good. Again, sorry, Blorks. Oh, that does it. I figured it out. The handbrake does it. Excellent, excellent. Well, despite the fact that this race has some rather nasty turns, I think I'm going to continue talking about what I've been doing lately, outside of recording. So I mentioned I was in 3 upper division history courses, and they're all good and fun and intensive. And I've been enjoying myself immensely. One of them is I guess you would say, Henrician / Elizabethan / Stuart English political history course, which is always good fun. Been immensely enjoying myself, except for the fact that there's not a lot of discussion going on. Now the other 2 courses, there's a lot of discussion going on, and that's because they tend to be issues that draw a fair amount of controversy. The one is First Nations in the law in Canada, in case it wasn't explicit. That's where I live. And that's the kind of issue that in Canada right now entails some strong opinions and, consequently, very robust discussions in class. And because it's a 4th-year history course, that's exactly what you get. So that's great fun. And then the other course I'm doing is the intellectual history of Islamic societies, which again, intellectual history of Islamic societies, is that going to entail some controversy? Yes, it is. And so again, very robust discussions, considerable diversity of opinion. That's exactly what I would argue you look for in a seminar. So that's all good. It also... Oh, Jesus. I don't know how Gasgano survived that. That's fine. We're on our 3rd lap. This has not been a very inspiring performance by me thus far. At least not the last couple of races. But hey, it's a new lap record. I'll tell you that much. I think I'm going to try someone who isn't Gasgano. Not because he's bad, but because he's bad. So we've got... There's a new guy. Wan Sandage. Slide Paramita. I know we saw him before. Neviki. Anakin right down there at the bottom. Excuse me. I coughed because I saw the name Vengeance. Don't you think that's a little bit crude? It's on Uvu 4. Oh, it's Futsang. Look at him. Okay. We're gonna have to change the vehicle. Can't do Gasgano. Clegg hold fast. I don't think so. That's a disgusting looking. Yep. Bolt, Heavy Endicott, Aladar, yeah, we'll do Beto. I said I wanted to do his pod because it looked cool, and when I think about it, younger me would also have thought it looked cool. He wasn't a favorite of mine, which indicates to me that he is quite bad, or at least I thought he was.
Greetings, convicts, hoodlums, ruffians, outlaws, and other treacherous scum of Uvo 4.
Oh, damn.
It's been a long time since the last race here at this maximum security facility, but time is something you've all got plenty of, right? Well, let's not detain you any longer. Here he is, the host you all
Nice. Fen Boda. Racing through a maximum security prison. What could go wrong?
What Sang is down there? Well, I thought he was serving 4 life sentences here at Uvo 4.
Yo, Fut Sang. He's a smooth criminal. Alrighty, that's Fut Sang and the blue thing up ahead, presumably. So that's our goofy boy. Get out of here, Fut. What do I remember about this one? There were some pretty narrow raceways, and then there were some zero-G elements. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, geez, I forgot what the take me out of boost button was. Oh, what a beautiful straightway. Oh, Jesus. Oh, chase. Oh, chase. Well, we did hit the wall there. Yeah, this is a pretty tight race. At least so far. And by that I mean, oh, Jesus. I forgot about the fans. The walls. They hedge you in a little bit. Oh, boy. I never claim to be good. Keep that in mind. Excuse me, sir. Oh, it's the rotating door. Okay, let's go full speed in the zero. Oh, Jesus. This was a mistake. This is a mistake. Okay. That beam will cut you in half. That much I remember. Let me away from the asteroid. Okay, we're good. This is terrifying. That's unfortunate. Yeah, man. This is a little scurry. Oh, that one is not my fault, man. I refuse to take responsibility for hitting that asteroid, man. Anyway, better get in the friggin' lead again. Alright, give me a straightaway. Get out of my way, discount Sebulba. Beauty. Micro boosting. Wee little boost sections, as you can. See, here's one thing I'm interested to know, but I realize I can't. I can never know. How good was I when I was 7 relative to how good I am now? Because, from my perspective, this performance is trash. Oh, Jesus. And I remember definitely crashing was a thing I did when I was 7. But I have a feeling that I was better at it. I think generally, as an understanding, when I play video games I played when I was quite young, again, I assume I'm better at it now because, you know, mentally I'm quite a bit more capable than when I was a kid. I think that's just the understanding you make, at least until you age a bit more and your motor skills start going down. It must be said, I'm not as quick in terms of my reactions as I was when I was a teenager, which I think is just a basic human thing. Oh, Jesus. So I wonder as a kid if I was just more able to deal with this fucking bullshit. Jawohl, okay. The German pod racers happy about dying. Okay. See, the other thing, of course, is that I don't know the paths as well as 7-year-old Dana did. Because if he did, if he knew them paths, man, he could get this shit done. This being said, that was not a bad lap, except, you know, the one obvious crash, which was quite bad. And it is a new lap record. For a minute there, I heard the pod engines, and I thought, oh my god, are they passing me? No, it cuts back towards where the racers are coming up towards the finish line. This is a boost section made in heaven. Yeehaw, yeehaw. Another thing I have to mention, as I run into the wall at full speed, is the fact that I'm playing this on a joystick, because when I was 7, I did. It was the computer version I had, not the N64 version, although I eventually had that one too. And I played it with the shitty joystick I had when I was 7. So I thought, you know, that it'll be appropriate if I don't play with the gamepad or the keyboard or the mouse or whatever. The thing about the N64 and the I was going to say the PlayStation. No, the PC version. I don't think there were many changes except menu changes. I'm trying to remember. There was one notable difference. Okay, that's very cool. One thing I noticed back in the day when I played it, I struggled to remember what exactly that was now. How do you dodge these? And this is, obviously me complaining. Okay. Just wondering what the most efficient way to dodge is, whether it's like pitch axis or yaw axis. I'm not sure. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the N64 version. So I got the N64 relatively late in its life, like really relatively late in its life. I think the GameCube came out the year I got it. So, I was somewhat behind the curve, but I think the N64 Podracer performs slightly better if I remember correctly. I mean, obviously it's designed for a console that runs purely games. Remember back in the day, PC had, I think, some loading time issues with this game, if I remember correctly. Maybe, well, obviously it was just my PC. Oh, there he is. There's Fudsang. He looks like a snail, an angry snail. Yep, there he is. He's not well pleased, and he's been in that prison. But hey, we sprung him because we got his pod. Bozzy Baranta. Oh, thank you. Spice Mine Run. So this is the one where we get the boy who is Mars Guo. I'm going to get Mars Guo's racer and upgrade it a bit. But of course we gotta win the race, and that means we need to take Fudsang. Oh my god, what didn't realize he was so ugly. Well, I can't just make fun of him for this long and not race in his pod. To be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever used Fudsang in a race. It's possible that all those years ago, I never did. It's a really ugly pod and a really ugly character. Oh, come on! Oh boy. I don't know why I assumed that wouldn't get me killed. It wasn't particularly intelligent. Cool. So there's a taunt button, and I haven't been using it until now. But I think I will, just because the lines tend to be fairly interesting. Shuba. Alright, this looks like he's got at least 2 lines. Yeah, there's this big open spice mining area. So this is the same planet as the second race, the fastest race in the game. But obviously it's much more open. Holy crap, I remember that turn. Yes, and then this part, there were the flying shuttles that were the bane of people not paying attention. Oh, shut up. Temperature warning, please. There's a lot of good boost sections here. At least what I assume are. Yeah, and then there's the cave. Oh, the blue beams. That was just negligent on my part. Yeah. Yep, that sucked, and that's completely my fault. I have half a mind that there's a second shuttle around here that I should be avoiding, but okay. That's fine by me. We've got the caves over the lava lake section. I can't remember which one's faster. Half a mind that it's the left path. Oh well, can learn later. Oh yeah, that's why. Because the left one puts you on the bottom path, and the right one puts you on the top path. Whee! Okay. Almost hit the wall there. Cool. Well, now that we know the lap, we can make it work better on the second time. Hopefully not kill ourselves by running into Mars Guo. So, with regards to other Star Wars games, because obviously, if I'm making episodes of this one, it's not going to take a huge amount of time to run through the entirety of the game. Jump coming up. Yeehaw! Very cool. So, yeah, it's not going to take all that long to run through the entirety of this game. In terms of other games I can play, I'm definitely willing to accept suggestions, because, I'm not not omniscient. I don't know all the Star Wars games that have existed. I'm perfectly happy playing prequels games. I'm perfectly happy playing uh, original series games. There was kind of a great time for Star Wars games, seemingly, roughly between the late 90s and about 2008. Seems to be when the best ones came out, from my admittedly anecdotal perspective. But I'll accept any from that time frame. Keep in mind, though, son of a bitch. Oh, the shuttle does go into the cave, so I was right. Um, Keep in mind, though, obviously they have to be PC games. You can't go like, play The Force Unleashed. Go buy a GameCube. I mean, I suppose I could go buy a GameCube, but I don't know, my man. Don't know if I want to do that. Maybe it's on PC. So, yes, old Star Wars games. I have the Knights of the Old Republic, although for reasons that should be obvious, they're not going to be part of a YouTube series because they're extremely long. Well, I say extremely long. They're like, if you do them right, maybe 30 hours each, is my impression. I played KOTOR 2 relatively recently, and that appears to be about right. What else is there? There's the actual Phantom Menace game, which I've seen relatively recently. It was cool. I don't remember enjoying it all that much because it was flippin' hard. And that was mainly down to the fact that it was like isometric and the controls weren't great. I'd still be willing to play that one though. What else is there? There's obviously the old Battlefronts, which are goddamn masterpieces. And I remember when the second one came out, and a couple of years after that, I had the somewhat controversial opinion that in a lot of ways the first one was actually quite a bit better, that it worked better as a game. But yeah, that's obviously disputable, and some people might say objectively wrong. That's fine. That's fine. I can take criticism about my Star Wars opinions. This has been a pretty good lap so far. Anyway, there's what's another good one? Oh Christ, what's it called? It's the Star Wars Episode 1 game, Battle for Naboo. Holy crap. I hope that's on PC, because that I would play the shit out of. It's a vehicle-based combat game. You played some air missions, some ground missions. You're playing as the Naboo and doing various fun anti-Trade Federation sort of dealies. Yeah, it was a great game. At least it was a great game to the younger me, to the 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old me. I'd be willing to play it again. Their Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is... It's like an AoE 2 clone, an Age of Empires 2 clone. I shouldn't say clone, it expanded in some areas. But if you play AoE 2, you'll know exactly what Battlegrounds is. Like, you can pick it up, look at it, and go, yeah, this is exactly the same game, but Star Wars. So it was pretty good. If you liked AoE 2, you'd like it. What else is there to talk about? Oh, there's obviously Empire at War, which I think came out in like 2005, 2006. Sounds about right. Space strategy game, galaxy spanning to a significant degree. And it just, it's just good fun. You just fight in space, man. Nice, first place. I mean, what did I expect? We're not exactly in the hard races yet. Well, bring him down. Bring me Mars Guo, the boy. Obviously, this is the guy who says, and forgive me if I misquote him, "Rawr!" And that would be in the episode 1, where he gets a wrench thrown into his engine. It's good fun, that movie. If you haven't watched it in approximately 20 years, I strongly recommend you do. Because, like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, you're not missing anything by skipping the recent Star Wars.
Fastest pod racer in the galaxy.
Oh, God.
Podracing.
Damn it. I forgot. We raced with this guy, so we have to look at his ugly snail. Like, what is that even? Kind of looks like my dog. Got Mars Guo. Take a bow. Oh, it's the Tyrell fellow. The guy who, and again, forgive me if I misquote, in episode 1, he goes, "Blah," and then dies. Running into a stalactite, or is it a stalagmite? I'm not sure. The thing that hangs down from the cave, he ran into that. Oh yes, and this is the invitational pod racing, the 4 races. So, Originally, I was just going to end on, we're done the first circuit, and I might. No, I won't. So, yeah, why not? We'll play this race too. This one goes in the video. The Ando Prime one, and this is Slide Paramitas. And I liked his racer, so let's change the vehicle. We have to go to Mars Guo. Please. Where is he? Where's my boy? My boy. My boy. His cooling is terrible. Apparently young Dana was an absolute idiot. But it's okay. Ice planet, we don't need cooling. That's not how it works. Alrighty, so that pod on the right is the guy that we're going to be racing primarily. He's the guy who owns the track. And I mean that metaphorically, he's the racer. Because each racer gets a track that they're supposedly great at, and they come second almost invariably. Yeah, Jesus! Okay, that very cool. I forgot that this cave section was kind of a problem. So anyway, we're going to try to get his racer, and I think, I like Mars Guo, I do. Oh, Jesus Christ! But you may be noticing one notable problem with him is that he's not turning great, and I'm not performing perhaps as well as I should be. Not even perhaps, I'm just not. But, like, this man needs to learn how to turn. And by this man, I mean obviously me. So I think we're gonna get this boy's pod racer, not Mars Guo, the guy we're racing. And I think it might be the one that we soup up to all hell for the second one, the second race. The second series of races, rather. Yeah, so I was looking at the stats for this thing, and the cooling jumped out as being especially bad. And you can tell that by the fact that the engines are still overheating. I mean, one thing I could do to reset the engines is just crash, but I think in the scheme of things that wouldn't be helpful. Alright, let's see if the left cave path is a bit more sensible. It's probably slower if it's more sensible. And I'm looking at the track indicator on the right, and it seems that that is indeed the case. I'll go up here again because, I don't know, part of my mind says that this is the way to go. Part of my 7-year-old extant mind tells me that this is where it should be. Don't you die me. Alright. Oh, very cool. Alright, we'll go right now. See where that takes us. Oh! Oh yeah, this path. See, running into all these paths, that's the true joy of this. Remembering things long past. Okay. Yeehaw! Second lap, let's see if we improved our time. Apparently not. I guess we had a really good first lap. Really not so very good second lap. Oh, jeez. Alright. So, we'll go through this path. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Actually, it's slightly better. Seems to be slightly better. We'll go up here this time, see if it's any different. Alrighty. Not so much. Yo, these turns, man. Not a huge fan. Cool. Well, I think we've got this race in the bag, actually. It's been pretty easy to learn. This boy is just pretty fast, too. Is Mars Guo. That's why I liked playing as him when I was a 7-year-old. I didn't care for niceties like traction and turning. Fool that I was. Alright, boost across the finish. Cool. New lap record. Man, that was not even close to English. New lap record. In my defense, I have been talking for I don't know how long this has been. We'll find out. Anyway, I think I'll call it that's the end of the first video, right after we introduce the pod racer, the orange boy, or rather the yellow boy, the wasp. That's what we're going to be using for the next circuit, and until then, I will catch you next time.